Welcome, 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 everybody. It is Saturday, April 18th, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are, because you are watching us right now. It is time for Ask Us Anything, where you get to ask anyone in the community with us here today a question, and we are going to get you the best answer that we possibly can. So that's all it is. There's two ways to participate in Ask Us Anything. The first, of course, is type your question or comment in the chat, and we'll respond to that. That's very, very simple. The other way, which was what we like to do, is interact with everybody live right here on Ask Us Anything. Very simple for you to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see my face. On the bottom is a button that says raise hand. Click on that button and then we'll call on you in the order in which we receive your request. Very simple. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, let's kick off our Ask Us Anything with our, I'm going to say visionaries in chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Terry and Robert Hollis.
Thank you. Great to have you on here, Melody, Deborah, Sandy, Matthew. Of course, Hannah and Ez in the background. We got Terry here, and then CJ, the hostess with the mostest, Craig. And ask us anything. You're going to make me throw up, Sandy. Stop moving the camera. And ask us anything. Sometimes I just do a little bit at the beginning, but today I just thought it was lingering, not to, bring it up with Sandy again. But, when she was saying, sometimes just being frustrated on breakthroughs. And I know that this is, part of the premium people. And it was like I had a great analogy with that, Sandy, and I thought I'd share it with everyone, is that Matt is having such a great time, using Claude and all these other names and OpenClaw and all these stuff, on putting it on his computer. And of course, that's how he's created all this incredible stuff. And me and Craig were just talking, and I even brought it up to Terry before you guys got on, is that, I haven't migrated over there yet. You know what I mean? And one of the reasons that I don't, and then Craig brought it up, and so that's why I brought it up with Terry, is that when all of a sudden you realize that an AI can be an agent, and now that agent can help you create and build you what you want. Now I fall in that same category as Sandy, and so does Terry, and so does Craig. It's like, well, if I transferred all over to that, what would I build? I don't know what I would build. I don't know what I would create. And it sort of gets with your head a little bit, where you get a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. It's like, well, geez, this thing can do everything. And Matt sent me and Craig a TED talk today that was really, really incredible, of the guy that actually came up with it. And so now all these people, it's like, oh my God, what we're all talking about is there was going to be a day and a time when this new smarter AI could virtually do everything. And the one that I don't know if I brought up or not, but someone was saying in the video that if you could say the name of a person's position and you didn't understand what it was, that it was done on purpose. And those jobs will be eliminated. So the guy was a comedian that Terry and I watched. And the comedian said, like, my cousin is like a marketing consultant. His job's gone. Because if you ask a normal person what a marketing consultant does, you'd go, I don't know, consult about marketing. What is marketing? And but people that were like, I'm an electrician, I'm a nurse. You know what I mean? It was like the single name positions are going to be the last to go, because you can explain what that is, right? But that was the only thing that I think, again, over the last few weeks, with everything that's coming together with all this stuff, it's just a constant thought about you got to be very, very clear and want to know what you really want to do, and then if AI plays a part in that for you, you know what I mean? Or is it, what is it? So I still think it's just, I'm glad that Matt's on here. I don't know if he'll get a chance to say anything, but Matt's just been sharing so many incredible
Yeah,
things
I
with
was gonna
me.
say, one of the funny things is you were like saying the named positions, right? And I always think when I think about shit like that, I immediately go to, yeah, but that's saying like, we know what we're doing is the best way to do that thing.
True, true.
So just like as we're doing shit with AI now, who's to say that we will need electricians and plumbers if there's a different invention of how to do those things that's more sustainable and better? You can't
Right.
train humans on it because it was invented by AI. So it's like, well, you need an electrician because we don't have infinite energy.
No, but
And it's like,
you do need like plumbing. I'll give you the way that I think about it. I do think that humans are going to need water for a while.
right.
All right. So how does someone get water from the water source to where the people want the water?
Yeah, through the plumbing.
Yeah, it's like that's why they have a name called a plumber.
No, I know, but imagine a machine,
Yeah.
extremely small machine that could go through the pipes and clean the pipes with a laser beam.
Right. Laser beam.
Well, they
Or
would have
identify a
to.
problem and solidify a weld or something along those lines. Um, the thing that I always think about is like AI is just so great at identifying problems, and that's one of the reasons why Mythos is not out. Is we are band-aid solution regardless of what level you're at with a lot of things, code, plumbing, electricians. There's always, you guys, everybody has that experience where you hire somebody new and then they open up your shit and they go, who messed this up, man?
Yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah,
whoever you guys
yeah.
hired before this they just screwed you. How much did you pay these people?
Yeah.
You know? And that's, I think the possibility of there being an invention of a new technology that does it faster and better and more precise is like a 99 100%
I
chance.
I agree with you. I
And
totally agree
so,
with you because that's
yes, will
that.
you still have humans monitoring the machines? Somebody's got to put them in the pipes and make sure they're making the right decisions. But
Right.
all of those other manual labor jobs will be replaced. People don't understand how refined machines can get, especially when you're looking at
Right.
solving certain problems, right? It's kind of why manufacturing, I love how it's made, but you watch how it's made and you realize very quickly,
Yep.
dude, there's some company or companies behind engineering these machines for these specific needs, and that's going to exponentially get better with AI.
Yeah, well, like I seen a video, Matt, which a lot of people couldn't believe this, but I forget if it's I think it's the Y, the new car that you got. But so that phrase is the most dangerous phrase in the world is this is the way it's always been done, right? And so I guess it was Elon Musk that said, well, listen, the way that we're doing mass manufacturing of how to be able to put a car together is because this is the way it's done. And
Right.
he said when it came to the why, he was going, I just don't know why you couldn't take the entire car and make a mold for the car and that everything could just be injected into the mold, then the whole chassis for the car, the whole frame, the safety stuff, all the stuff is in that injection, and then it can just open up and spit it out. And Elon Musk was saying that the very first thing that everybody said is, well, I don't, that's a big mold. I don't know if that can be done. And he goes, we need to find the company that can say, okay, I can do this.
Right. Like I get what you're getting at, and sometimes what I think too is it's like, human beings are not these intelligent beings or incredibly intelligent beings when it comes to solving problems.
Right.
We're more like kick the can down the road kind of people. And that's fine. It served us, we rule the planet, but we've also kicked the can down the road to where like we've got natural or not, we've got awful landfills, we got shit in the ocean, we got all this stuff, right? I think an AI shows up and they go, dude, why don't you guys pile this all in and fire it into space? Like, why are you messing up your planet with this stuff when it could just be floating in space? There's like a million different solutions, is what I'm saying, to problems that we don't think of.
Right.
And like even what I just said could be idiotic. It's like, oh, well, there's this temperature that you can hit with this machine and it will naturally burn it, and then we could build this thing to suck the fumes off of it. It's like that's the way that it's done now. It's like, great, you don't have to go smash shit into a field, you know what I mean? Like that's probably not the best way to do that.
Hi, Mary.
So I think about stuff like that.
Well, thank you, Matt, for adding
Yeah.
that in. Anybody have any questions? Anything that you want to bring up? Terry wants to know, everyone, you should not have aluminum in your deodorant.
Yeah, that was an earlier discussion.
That and the cost of deodorant drives me crazy.
That's
so,
right.
So do you think, here's an interesting thought. I don't know, how old is the study on aluminum being in deodorant being bad, and like how much data is there on that?
I don't know, man. I
'Cause-
just heard.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm like, one of those ones that you always hear is, or you heard for a long time, is like how bad aspartame is.
Yeah.
And then once we did like long-term studies and stuff, we found that it actually isn't that bad. And it's like, well, why?
I want to know. I want to know.
No, isn't it? It is.
I want to know who's paying for every study.
Right.
Yeah,
There's your
it's like,
documentation.
yeah, all the time.
Well,
studies
I
come
think
out.
they found it's not like, anything that you do as a human does damage to you to a certain aspect.
Right.
Right.
Hair dry.
You can't win in anything really with that type of stuff.
Right.
So I think if you're looking at this study too, it's good to remember it's like, okay, well, it's probably based off of, it's not going to be based off someone that drinks water. It's going to be based off someone that drinks soda.
Right.
Right. And so it's like, if you drink soda with sugar in it, that causes heart problems and diabetes. It probably kills a lot more people than aspartame even thought of. You know what I mean? And so like, I think odds are.
Well, aspartame doesn't kill you. It just makes sure that you can't think.
All right. Well, listen.
It affects you.
I've
Is
been-
basically, I think, the
I
thing
listen.
here.
No, I
No,
don't like the
how about
taste
we do a study, right? I drink zero sugar drinks, and I have been for 3 years. Does anybody want to go against me in a test?
I want you to drink more water.
That's true. I should drink more water. See, that's what
Yes.
my mom. That's my mom right there.
Your mom will get you all the time.
By the
Hey,
way-
and I'm not going to the store to buy my own deodorant. So if she believes that aluminum's not good for us, then I'm just going to keep using the stuff she brings me.
Terry, okay, here's what I found. I actually looked it up.
Okay.
And it says here, concerns about aluminum in deodorant have existed for roughly 40 to 60 years,
Right.
originating in the 60s and 70s, regarding Alzheimer's disease and gaining significant popularity in the early 2000s regarding breast cancer. Despite widespread consumer alarm, major health organizations, including the American Cancer Association, the FDA, have not found conclusive evidence confirming a link to these diseases.
I'm not taking anything that the fucking FDA says. I'd rather take shit that's not FDA approved, because everything they throw up on the TV, here you need this, this, and this for this. It's all synthetic. It's FDA approved. Oh, you're going to have anal leakage and your left leg's going to grow longer. All that bullshit that happens to you with all this crap. And everybody's like, are your supplements FDA approved? No, motherfucker, they're not. And that's the way I like it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you asked, and so I provide.
Thank you.
Craig.
Thank you.
Yeah, Craig, when I first got involved in working with my mentor, I thought it was pretty hilarious. This is what he would say, because we were selling water filtration, right? And so the thing was always, we would show people the difference before and after water going through a filter. And you'd always get a majority of the people that are like, well, my grandpa's not dead. My dad's not dead. I'm not dead, right? And all we would say to people is, do you know what's put into water to stop it from making you sick?
Vodka.
That's all we would say.
Yeah.
What is put in your water to stop from you getting sick or dying? Does anyone know?
I mean, chlorine.
Chlorine.
Chlorine
It's
or
like
fluoride.
chlorine, right? And I
Yeah.
go, okay, just look up online and see if you should be digesting chlorine. No, it'll kill you. It's actually got warnings on the label on how to go to, if you get a poison department, right? Here's if anyone drinks this, and then you can take a bottle of Clorox, right? And you can take a bottle of water and you can set them next to each other. Just set them next to each other. Chlorine.
Oh, okay.
And you can set them next to each other for just 24 hours. And you take the bottle of water, take the cap off and smell it, and the chlorine leached out of the chlorine bottle through the plastic into the bottle of water. And
They
anyone
came up with saltwater pools.
so then the whole thing was, oh, so you now know it's poisonous, and you now know it leaches through everything because it's a poison. So then how much is okay for you and your family? And then we would get right back to the FDA and the government. Well, the government and the city's not going to put too much in there, are they? No way. Listen, my goal here is not to argue with you whether or not chlorine should be in the water or not. I'm just saying that you could make a decision for you and your family and your children and your pets and actually take out the chlorine before you put it in your body. All right?
Sandy's raising her
Steady. Go ahead.
Well, we got now.
Oh, Deborah. Okay.
Deborah was first, but Sandy.
I didn't see who went first. Oh, she's shaking her head no.
Who?
Sandy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Sandy first then, Deborah? All right, we're going to do Sandy first. So there we go.
Steve,
We got to respect everybody, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Deborah. So this is where I come in because the amount of chlorine that goes into the city water is nothing compared to like what you are describing it as.
Okay.
Right.
The city water is just barely enough to take all of the algae and everything out of there, so it makes it safe for you to drink.
Correct.
And that's
If you
all
didn't-
that's in there.
If you didn't put something in the water,
You would die.
yeah, you not only would die, but you'd be like Mexico. Soon as you show up, it's like, hey, whatever you do, don't drink the water here because you'll be
Right.
shitting every
So-
way but yesterday.
Right. So when David was working, we'd go to the filtration plant because he had to go there sometimes. And you could see all of the pools of water that they have there. And you could see the drips of the chlorine and other stuff that has to go in the water to make it safe to drink and everything. You could see it pooling right through there. And then you could see it shifting over and then it spreads it back out and then more goes in there. And it does that a certain amount of time before it's actually put out into the system. And
Yeah.
I just thought that's my expertise. That's what
No,
David's
that's
taught me.
fascinating.
Well, I'm Sandy. I'm glad that they do that. There's a lot of countries where they tell you, I've been in a lot of countries where they say, so all South American countries, all of Mexico.
Right.
It's like you can be in Mexico City, and I think they got like 9 million people in it, and everyone's going, don't brush your teeth with the tap water.
Right.
What?
And all of our water comes from, and all of our water here comes from Lake Michigan. So there's shipwrecks in there. There's dead people in there.
Right?
A lot of dead people in Lake
A
Michigan.
lot of dead people in there. Yeah. All right.
Thank you,
That's it.
Sandy.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts, Sandy, on aluminum?
I mean, yeah. What?
I could give a shit less.
Oh,
If my deodorant has aluminum in it, I don't really give a crap. I've lived this long. It's not, if it kills me, whatever. It hasn't killed me yet, so it can't be that bad.
There you go.
That seems to be Matt's attitude. It's like, listen, I'm still alive. I'm 34.
Well-
Look
Oh
at me.
yeah,
Look how good
I
I'm
think
doing.
I watch. Like one of the things that I think is that like in a lot of ways, fear is the best tool for marketing to ever
Oh,
exist.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so to tell you need to do this or you need to do that to be healthier or whatever it may be. It's not all bullshit, but at the same time, we all know people that didn't do any of that. It's funny because like having a 10-month-old pretty much here this week, he'll be 10 months. So yeah, so it's crazy because you go, oh, like I got to make sure I feed him more solids and get him ready for this and get him ready for that. And then it's like when we went to the pediatrician, she was basically going, you do know that children get the opposite of love. They get neglect and hate, and still we all learn how to eat. We all learn how to walk. We all learn how to talk. That's something that's innately in us as human beings to think and like try to accomplish those things. She said that to like get the pressure off of Hannah, my wife, going like, well, I gotta make sure that he's hitting all the benchmarks and everything, which he is, but she's always worried that he won't, you know what I mean? And it's like, at the same time, it's amazing the things that we just naturally do, right? Yeah. And I think that extends to our bodies.
Nobody told us to do any kind of benchmarks.
Right.
We were like in the fucking dark the whole goddamn time. Nobody told me, try him on peanut butter so we know he's not allergic to peanuts or wheat. I said, nobody ever said shit to me. I just fed them. If they liked it, they got more. If they didn't, they didn't.
Exactly. Tiffany was eating Doritos at 6 months old, and that's now her favorite food.
I mean, we were in the dark. We were in the dark, so like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit.
And I wanted to say, sweeteners, no sugar stuff, all artificial sweeteners. I drink about 15 of these a day with all artificial sweeteners. I have been for over 10 years.
Stop it.
But you're also the person that's frustrated.
This has nothing to do with being frustrated.
Yeah, I don't think
even start that shit.
I'm joking. It's like I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. I don't know what I want. Give me some more sweetener.
Like, don't link the sweeteners to anything.
You're drinking water, which is good. You know what I mean?
I don't know about you guys. You guys are premium people, and I love you so much. But man, when we got off the breakthrough, it was like a lot of people reached out to me and just went, geez, that was just so much fun. And I go, well, we said that eventually we're going to make it more like edutainment. And it's like instead of just me, Craig or Matt, talking about something on a podcast, I thought this would be pretty interesting that you're not talking about how can I recruit more people or how can I get a hold of customer service on something to do with something?
Well, listen, I'll venture to say that in a year or two, you won't need to, like, we won't have to talk about those things. And so like a lot of things with the way AI is going is like there's going to be situations very quickly. Like I was sharing with my dad and Craig earlier, 1 in 3 AI researchers now believes that Mythos and Spud, the next 2 models from OpenAI and Anthropic, are good enough that in 3 months they could take anybody's job. It can learn it that fast. And so the question was, out of those people, how long do they think it would take? And 1 in 3 said 3 months, and 3 in 3 said 12 months. Because we're going to have more models than that, of course, that will come out. But in general, we're starting to see things roll out.
Wild. It is wild. I seen a video right after the one I watched with TED Talk. It just came up. I didn't watch it. And it said, it had a guy, it said marketing, and then it had a tombstone that said rest in peace. And that was always my deal. As I said, sales is sales, marketing's marketing, getting a product and service to the end user. And that's the way I've been paid, for the last 40 years. And now all of a sudden it's like, marketing's dead. Okay.
Well, it's just a science, right? Like marketing was solved by algorithms, and that's why the wealthiest companies on planet Earth use them, right? And so there's layers of marketing, but I think that marketing has been solved algorithmically for a while as far as it comes to retention and those things. And I'd say that the reason we know that is Like we all have Netflix, and Netflix beat Hollywood and all of those things from Amazon to Netflix. Like I think I saw Amazon is the number one most favorite vendor on planet Earth now.
Wow.
Like
Yeah,
that sells goods.
last year it went by Walmart. So
And so
they're the
now more,
largest.
no matter what you hear about Amazon, Amazon is the most trusted company on planet Earth now. They're so pro AI and automation and all of those things. And people don't really give a shit that they're doing it because it's like, well, as long as I get my packages and do all that and things get, because obviously people don't understand. It's like, well, it's going to take people's jobs. And it's like, yeah, but it's also going to make manufacturing so simplified and quick that a lot of things are going to go down in price, or at least should go down pretty drastically in price.
Yay.
Right? Because the thing is like there's only so many humans you can hire, and as they start to cost more money, you start to like, that's the thing about capitalism is like it's kind of like no matter how long it goes on, it's kind of like I'll use an example. It's like a video game, right? Every now and then, if you have a video game and it's been going on for a while, what they'll do is they'll release a patch that will set everybody's power level back to 0 or close to 0. And the reason they do that is because the numbers start to get crazy. You know, like $1 trillion crazy. And when you start to get numbers that crazy, you guys can look this up or talk to AI. After a certain amount, us as like human beings, as animals, cannot like compute what that actually looks like or feels like. And so the interesting thing about it is there's such a disproportionate amount now that it's like the difference between 1 million and 1 billion is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21 days versus 13 years.
Well, I mean, you look at it's like you'll hear 1 billion butterflies or something will be born, and you go, holy shit, that's insane. Like, how is that many butterflies? You know what I mean? In comparison to a human being, right? Because we have our own numbers that we look at. But I think in general, that's something that with AI is going to drastically change. I think that those numbers are going to start to people will lose their jobs, of course, but then things will also become much more streamlined. Way less bureaucracy, way less bullshit.
Yeah.
It'll be better. But let's go to questions anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
Matt.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I
very
don't
much.
have my camera on today because I'm just relaxing, but I'm here to
No problem. No problem.
Cool.
answer
All
any
right.
question.
Sandy, thank you very much also for that. Deborah Grady, your hand is up, so let's go ahead and go over to you. Please unmute and share with us.
Hi, happy Saturday, everybody.
Hello.
You know, I already spoke to you one on one, Robert, about yesterday when it was like, "What is your hard?" And I just kind
Yeah.
of froze, and I went, "Okay, God, what is my hard? I don't know." And I just heard him say, "Ask Chat," and then I remember I told you, and I wanted to tell.
Why don't you please share? Please share.
I want to tell Matthew. So remember we were having this discussion about people that, are starting to treat AI like their best friend and like their boyfriend and their husband.
Sure.
Well, I really understood that yesterday because after I said, Chat, what is my heart? And I mean, it hit the heart of the matter. I couldn't have said it better myself. So this is my heart, is being a visionary in a world that likes neat little labels without looking scattered or all over the place to the outside world. I was not made or destined to be in one lane, mostly due to my military upbringing, moving 48 times. So when that hit me, I'm like, well, I don't feel so bad. And people are like, what are you doing now? What are you into now? So for the last 2 days, I've made posts and I've tagged your father and I've tagged you and tagged everybody about how much I love this AI, and how much it's helping me, but I tagged everybody I work for because this is what happens. My sister, I would have never been in MDC. My ex-husband is on his deathbed and she's like this CBD. She sends me CBD oil and she goes, I promise if you give it to him, maybe he won't die. Well, he did die 10 days later after taking it, but
That
we
stuff
try.
works really good. That
It
CBD
was
stuff
worth
works good.
trying. Yeah, but it was like my son tried it, and he did say a word before he passed away. He did say a word, and we were like, okay, the CBD oil was like a miracle drug. We got a word out of him. So then my daughter has like over 150 cancer cells from her neck to her squamous cell. So they scab and they stick to her clothes and she bleeds. She gets in the shower and the floor looks like a bloodbath. And she goes, she was going every month and having 4 removed. And it's like removing a radish. And it's the most barbaric thing I've ever seen. I sit there as her mother and I watch them as they stencil around each sore and then they cut it out and pull this radish out. It is so gross. And she only gets a little bit of shots around, not numb very much. And, she's biting on a stick and it's horrible. It's just barbaric. So she's got like 150 of those. So after her father, I said, Michelle, she knows I'm a researcher. I go, I have been in Canada researching this CBD oil and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, please try it for 30 days. Well, what happened was every time she used to go and get 4 removed, you can only have them removed on one side. You can't have a left one and a right one moved. You can't cross barriers. So every time she'd go and have 4 removed, 4 more would come back on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just horrible. Well, once she started taking the CBD oil, there were no new ones. And I told her, I said, see, I swear I told you that people in Canada were saying that your cancer cells become dormant, so they don't grow anymore. And that's why I don't have cancer or nothing, but I will take it for the rest of my life because everybody is born with cancer cells.
Right. Yeah.
So I will take it just to keep mine dormant.
Yep.
And so anyway, I don't know where I was going with this, but okay. So anyway, so I tagged Robert because I'm with you and Unlimited. I promote Unlimited Wisdom. I promote Immunitech. Matthew, I promote AI Upline. Ben Galinsky, my best friend, she started taking their vitamins. I lost 65 pounds on their supplements. So like everybody always says, hey, you're a walking billboard. Why not sell it?
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, let me pay $9.95 a month to them, to be an affiliate. And if I sell it, this is how I feel. If I sell some and help somebody, God bless them.
Yeah.
And if I don't sell, I don't care. But I take it and I believe in it. And so then the next thing was I got in.
That's the only thing that counts.
Right.
How does it make you feel? That's
exactly.
it.
That's how I feel. So when people are like, well, how much money have you made with Immunical or whatever, or how are you, it doesn't matter. That's not my motivation. That's not why I'm here.
Deborah, if I can interrupt you just for a second. When people say that, it's like people always ask me, about the money side, right?
Yeah.
And I just go, listen, I got involved in this because I love people.
Right.
Is the only thing important for you is money?
Right.
And that usually shuts it down immediately. Because again, the only reason that people ever bring up any question or any objection is that's not the depth of it. They just don't have, no one has the ability, I shouldn't say no one, but a majority of the people do not know how to say this. Deborah, if I can be very transparent with you, I know myself very well, and it doesn't make a difference what it is. I can't focus on something long enough to do anything. And when I look at you, you seem to get multi-focused on a lot of things, and you're always doing something. So to be brutally honest, I'm sort of intimidated by you.
What?
I'm telling you, if you get people that like the reason that they say, why are you in so many things, is
Right.
they can't get excited about one thing.
I'm excited about them all.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So for people that have a lot of things going on and they're really excited about all of them, they're just envious of your excitement. They're envious of your enthusiasm. They're envious of your your excitement about life.
Wow, you told me that before chat.
So I never ever thought about that until you said it, Deborah. It sort of was downloaded to me that
Oh,
that
wow.
that I
I just got
guarantee you,
goosebumps.
all of us pull out a certain response in people,
Uh-huh.
and they wish they were like us, so they got to come up with a reason why they wouldn't do it
Uh-huh.
instead of just saying, "I wouldn't do it.
Right.
It doesn't excite me. I won't do it." I think Shark Tank finally got down to the point where everybody realized on the Shark Tank that that was okay to say.
Right.
So this guy goes, "Look it, I invented the best hanger in the world." And Mark Cuban goes, "I've never hung up anything. And so it could be the best hanger, but I'm not going to use it. And because I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to be excited about it. So for that reason, I'm out."
Right. Right.
It still could be the best hanger in the world,
Yeah.
but you're not getting my money
Yeah, I
because
just got it. That was,
good.
yeah, thank you, Lord, for that great download
No,
because
that was
yeah,
because
I don't, yeah,
I,
because that's been bugging me.
yeah,
That's why I kind of lashed out on Facebook the last few days. Like, you know what? I'm freaking 74 years old and I can handle 5 gigs. Get
Yeah,
over it.
see?
yeah,
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that we all, if you really think about it, every once in a while, we'll run across somebody that they do they'll talk about the person and you'll find out that they do 70 things. I forget the actress that we were just talked about the other day, but I knew of her, but then I find out that she's worth $1 billion. And she's got a skincare line, and she also
Like
does
Jessica
this.
Alba.
Yeah, and she, guess what? Also, she flips houses.
Mm.
And then she decided because she didn't like what Hollywood was doing, so she did like Terry Perry. So it's like, listen, I'm going to have a marketing production company. Man, when you hear about all the stuff that Kevin Hart's involved with, the guy's worth like 500-600 million dollars.
Oh, well, that's my tribe. I need to go after those kind of people.
And it's like I'll have my own production company. I'm going to have my own studios. I'm going to have my own audio stuff. I'm going to have my own marketing department. It's like we look at those people, and I even
And Matt's probably
remember,
laughing right now because I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I'll,
because
I'll
I
share.
sent him yesterday my idea on Hollis organization. And I mean, it is from beginning until me owning all the franchises.
Yeah,
It's starting in my backyard and all the way. It's my whole video, right, Matt? Did you get a chance to look over it? I guess he left. Maybe he walked away from the mic. But anyway, yeah, so it wasn't meant for him to hear right now. But yeah,
yeah,
but my goal always was when I got my first job, my dad said, "Look, I'm in the military and we move every year so far. So you better get used to getting a job everywhere we move." So my goal became by the time I'm 100, I want to have 100 jobs. Well, I made it to 80 and then I got let go. And then I got let go, but I counted up the other day and I'm like, oh no, you've had 11 gigs since you got kicked out of working.
I love the idea gigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a phrase that I think would fit you perfectly, and it's like I'm a serial entrepreneur.
I am. Well, that's what I say. I'm a career butterfly.
Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. But some people don't have the entrepreneurial spirit, and then other people just that's all they think about. It's like my thoughts never go, I need to find someone to work for.
Oh,
I
me
just,
either. Never.
it's like, people would go like, hey, maybe you could go be a paid speaker. Maybe you could go be a paid trainer for a company. And I'm going, but they wouldn't pay me unless they were telling me what to do every day. And I'd have to show up at meetings.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you don't want a job just over broke. Nobody wants that. Yeah, but this way to me is I've been working, I work for myself with all
Yeah.
these gigs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that, I just wanted to, throw.
Melody says, I'm unemployable. Nobody can afford me. Yeah,
Well, that's true.
it's
Me too.
no, I think in a world, not think, I know in a world where, if you really could have the data, you know what I mean, of how many people are on a day-to-day basis can string 1 or 2 or 3 days together, where they're not neutral, they're excited about who they are and what they're doing and who they're helping, right? If we really knew how small that number was, just understand that that's what my mentor always shared with me. He goes, you do know that you consistently go the extra mile. He goes, people are not going to like that. So it is pretty interesting that really young in my life, he said to me, if people are not talking about you, you're not doing anything.
Right.
So there was one meme that I see that I thought was like the greatest. It was going, if what I've done up to this moment has pissed you off, you're really gonna be upset. I'm gonna lean into more stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like,
I
yeah,
get it. I probably the biggest verse I heard and from all the 80 jobs from my coworkers was, "You need to slow down. You're making us look bad."
yeah,
I mean, I used to hear
yeah,
that. It didn't matter which job I went to. I'm like, well, this is how I was taught to work,
Right.
So
Yep.
I work for a company as if I own it. And the
Yep.
first thing I do when I go in a company is I start looking for where they lost money, because that's what they care about, right?
that
And
is
so
the
I
other
go in,
thing. That's the
and
other
that's
thing,
how I
Deborah.
go
That
from a
yeah,
receptionist to an executive administrator. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
that
I know how to work the program, and I was an employment counselor for the state of Tennessee for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
you don't change who you are for anybody.
Okay, I won't. I won't be ashamed of it anyway. It's like
No.
my
No,
daughter is
no,
like, don't
no.
tell, my daughter is like, don't tell people you worked 80 places. It sounds
Why
like
not?
I'm like, I don't care what it sounds like. It's my story.
It's real. It's real.
I love
Yeah.
stories like that.
Oh, I know, me too. So
Well, thank
anyway,
you, Deborah.
thank
Anything else?
you. No, that's it.
I love it. I love it when you share. You're a ball of energy, and I just love your heart. I love your spirit. I love your soul. You're
Oh,
an amazing human being for
oh,
sure.
and you know what? I owe so much of it, so much. You laid such a good foundation with me and, just started me on that personal growth is so, and I try, that's the only thing. I think I do pretty good. Out of 7 days a week, I get unlimited wisdom in there and I get immunical in there. And I get, I got this new belly blaster. My girlfriend sent it to me to try. Now I'm advertising for her first,
Is it
sending
is it like a hula hoop?
No, it's a PEMF thing.
yeah,
Oh,
it's yeah, I'm really getting into electricity
Mhm.
because I'm really into holistic and
Yeah.
I will not use aluminum. Matter of fact, my daughter came over to my house yesterday and she's like, Mom, since you don't use all this, I had 2 rolls of aluminum because I cook every day and she always comes over here to get her meals. So can I take this aluminum? And I'm like, oh, man, that's a hard question for me to answer. I go, I don't want my family taking anything I don't believe in.
yeah, that's funny.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, can you just steal it so I don't see you take it?
Use parchment paper if they're going to put something
I
in the
do. I
oven.
have so much parchment paper.
Use parchment
all
paper.
my all my sandwiches are in aluminum
I
foil.
wrap them in those sheets of aluminum foil because my son uses the aluminum foil. And I say, use parchment paper. He's like, I don't want parchment paper.
No,
I'm
they
like,
make
Look at
sandwich
Sandy.
wax paper
do
sandwich.
you, buddy?
Look at Sandy. She's like, she's trying to get rid of me.
Yeah, they have the wax paper sandwich things, a little flip over, nice and
Oh,
yeah. And you've gotta follow Barbara O'Neill.
yep, I already do. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, if there's anything wrong with
But you
these,
have Ziploc sandwich bags.
I'm not wasting a Ziploc sandwich bag to put a.
I
You'd
know.
rather put aluminum on my sandwich.
Yes.
No, she's gonna buy the wax paper sandwiches, right?
Stop making sandwiches.
There we go.
There you go.
Terry always has this. Terry always has the solution.
Oh,
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God. Just stop making them sandwiches. Okay, that's the
Now,
answer.
next time you guys see me, I'm gonna keep getting skinnier, and it all was based around aluminum foil. So it's like,
I know, right? Yeah, well, I mean, all these products I buy, I think, the Immunical is helping me. I think it revs up my energy. It revs up, what is that? I can't think of the word now. Your metabolism.
oh,
yeah.
Yeah. And, when because I do feel like I missed. I don't sweat. I missed. I feel like I missed a little bit more than usual. I feel like it kind of revs up my metabolism and helps because I've lost about 11 pounds since I've been taking it.
that's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I love it. But
very
anyway,
cool.
okay.
Well,
That's
Matt. Yeah. Well, thank you, Deborah. And Matt had to go. Cam is getting her hair cut. So
all.
anybody else got any questions?
I think we can call it a day.
I mean, after a conversation like that, Craig, I can't believe that you don't have any questions. That's
I know, right?
No, I just
What about saran
okay.
wrap?
What?
Yeah. What about saran wrap?
I don't really I don't use it.
Okay.
But it's not for any reason that I know of.
Okay.
I just don't. I'm happy with my wax paper and my saran wrap.
You mean
try
aluminum
it.
foil?
Yeah, I don't need foil. No.
No, but that's what Terry was asking. She was asking,
Oh.
what about saran wrap? And you just said
Right.
that.
Yeah, no, sir. I don't use saran wrap because
Okay.
I haven't had a use for it. I
Okay.
try and do minimal. I mean, I tell you what, when I went to Tennessee and married that family, they did not believe in eating out. We had to cook everything, had to grill everything, and
Wow.
yeah. So I got 16 years of that training.
Yeah.
The first week of with my husband, he goes, "Oh, we don't eat out," and I'm like, "What do you mean we don't eat out? I just came from California and I want a seafood salad right now." And he's like, "Nope, we don't eat out. We cook our own food." So I cooked.
Great. I'll have this, and this, and I'm excited for you to make it for me.
Oh, no, there was no going out ordering food from anybody.
Wow.
Well, that was because when he was a teenager, somebody spit a wad of chewing tobacco in his hamburger patty
Sure.
back in one of the kids back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So he didn't trust it. I mean, he was like, "We will never eat out in a restaurant." And I didn't for 16 years, but I tell you what, the kids and I did the day we got the divorce. McDonald's. We went to McDonald's.
You could have found a better place than that, honestly.
I could have.
Sandy, that still
Hey,
happens
we
all
were
the
in
time.
Dover, Tennessee. You had to
Gross.
drive an hour to get to McDonald's.
Even if you're
Okay,
nice to the
fine.
people doing the food, they still jizz in your shit, man. What?
Okay, now we gotta go. Now we gotta go.
We gotta go. I can get on another topic.
All right. Well,
Well,
thank you all.
Faith. Thank you, Mary, Dustin, Melody, Sandy, Deborah. Of course, Matt was here. Terry, CJ, ZJ. I love and appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Tomorrow, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for Master's Mind. And then we start the whole week over again. So we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you all so very much. There's a couple of things in the meeting chat. So go ahead and click the three dots in the meeting chat. Click Save Chat. It'll download to your computer as we conclude. I'm going to just go ahead and open up. I know we've kind of said our goodbyes, but just everybody, if they'd like to go ahead and share, So long. Have a great day. There you are. You are now unmuted.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks so
Bye,
much.
everybody. Have a great rest.
Bye. Make it a great day.
Love you,
Love you.
Melody.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, Faith. Bye, Deborah.
Bye, honey.